if you could watch Beavis and Butthead when you were a kid, you're a piece of shit now. Whose parents are out here just like, yeah, you can watch that. What's up, boys? Espresso Podcast, episode 252. I'm your host, Benedict Polizzi, and today we're going to figure out the thing your parents despised when you were growing up for absolutely no reason. Or just the dumbest reason ever. Hey, but remember, show's coming up. Ontario, California, March 16th. Come see me. Dude, it's going to be so fun. Kansas City, Missouri, March 23rd. Albany, New York, April 6th. Tampa, Florida, April 27th. Grab ticks in the description of this bio. Fuck. Yeah, description of this bio. Nah, description of this podcast. I almost had it. You almost did it. More dates coming soon. So we got Cali, Missouri, New York, Florida. Come out, bro. There's going to be merch there. And if you don't buy merch at the show, get it at benedictmerch.com. Remember to join the Patreon, $5 a month for an extra episode every single week. And dude, shit gets real over there. It's a club. You got to join the club to know the secrets. You want to know the secrets? I'll see you on Patreon. And listen to these guys with me and Joey Molinaro streaming on all platforms. And subscribe to my YouTube. I made a video last week and Tupperware hit me in the face for 2 minutes straight. That's why my nose looks like this. But yeah, check that out. All right, let's talk. Espresso quick question of the week. What was the thing your parents just like wouldn't let you do as a kid? And you're like, what? Like you just couldn't believe it? All your friends could do it, but it's just no way in hell your parents were saying, yeah. For me, it was spending the night. And you know what? That and going to a dance. Bro, I could, for the life of me, hey, those like skating parties, remember that? It just felt like illegal. Everybody's like, yo, you didn't go to the skating party last night? I was like, bro, we're in 4th grade. Your parents let you go to a fucking skating party? And who knew that was even happening? Dude, I was so out of the loop. I was like, you guys went to that shit? You know, you get like a newsletter from your school. Your teacher would pass it out. I never read fucking anything they gave me. Skating party at 7 p.m. I'd be like, okay, nobody's fucking going to that. The next day, bro, why weren't you there? I was like, you went? I don't even know how to skate. No chance my parents were letting me go to that. Then when dances started to happen in like 7th grade, dude, I would literally have to be quiet for a week to be able to go to that. I was like, maybe if I don't talk the whole week and I get straight A's on everything the whole year, I'll be able to go to the dance. I think I tried to be quiet for a whole week. Didn't say one word. What's wrong? Dance week. Oh, yeah, Ben's being quiet all fucking week. Okay. Must be a dance this week. Just dead quiet at the house. Dude, it took everything for me to be able to watch The Simpsons, too. Just one day, my mom just gave in. She's like, you know what? It is funny. Just watch it. My dad was not having that shit. If we were watching The Simpsons and my dad came home, turn it off and just act like nothing was happening. We'd literally turn off the TV and just look at each other and be like, hey, yeah. One time we were watching The Simpsons, my dad came home, saw it was on TV, and he goes, Jesus Christ, we rolling at the keg next? Holy shit, it was so funny. What else? You know what I snuck? I used to sneak this all the time growing up, because dude, if anyone saw me watching this shit, they would lose their mind. But deep down, they're like, that show is the shit. Celebrity Deathmatch. Remember that shit? That was the best show I've ever seen in my entire life. Celebrity Deathmatch. I'd watch that tonight. All the episodes. Just celebrities made of clay, like taking chainsaws to each other's necks and shit in a wrestling ring. Oh my, can you think of a better show? Oh my God, I would have to, you'd like have like, you'd be watching something that you shouldn't watch, and then you'd go to a channel that is a safe pick, and you'd be watching your show, and then you'd like hear your mom come downstairs, and you'd hit last channel real quick, like, you'd be like, oh yeah, I was just watching Boy Meets World. But there's something sexy going on that last channel button. You already know that last channel button, the things I would do. God, dude, that last channel button was saving my ass. Oh yeah. Just I'm watching Home Improvement. Your mom's like, But what's on the other channel? Some sexy shit. Maybe like Howard Stern. It's the closest you can do. It's the closest you can get, dude. I was 12. What? I want to see boobs on TV. All right? Mom comes downstairs. Oh, yeah. Just watching King of Queens. Something dirty happened on the last channel button. All right, let's hear yours. What was the thing your parents just wouldn't let you do? For no reason. Let's talk.
All right, I got a wild one for you. By the way, I love the hair. All right, when I was 8 years old, there was a raccoon in my front yard, and it had rabies. So we called the cops. And the cop got there, and he was like, we got to dispose of this raccoon. And what that meant is that he was going to shoot it with a shotgun. So all of my friends and I were super excited to watch this happen. But my parents were like, you can't see this. So they locked me in the living room. And I had to watch from the window as all my friends got to witness this cop just blow this raccoon away. And that's all they talked about for an entire month, is how I was not there to witness this happen. Yeah, they wouldn't let me do it. That's what my parents wouldn't let me do. Love the show. Love the hair. Keep the tan. Fuck.
My parents wouldn't let me watch that either. Are you kidding me? Watch a raccoon get blown to pieces? Oh, I don't even know if I'd let myself watch that now. It's too much. Did they really just blow that thing away in the front yard? They didn't like take it somewhere? And there was an audience? That seems weird. You sure? Hey, watch this one. Just blows it back in the street. A raccoon. Why? Oh, it had rabies? Is that what he said? Oh, anything with rabies, bro. You shoot it right in the face immediately. Rabies? Can humans get rabies? This is what I get every night at 10 p.m. when I'm fucking so hungry I get rabies. Fucking root beer coming out of my mouth and shit. Just sudsy, bro. Looking for trouble anywhere in my house. I'll eat an entire jar of honey at 10 p.m. Food rabies, bro. Oh, shit. Can you tell I'm sick? Just keep going. What's the thing your parents didn't let you do for absolutely no reason?
Man, so this question of the week made me realize my parents let me do a lot. May or may not be a good thing. But one thing I always thought was weird as a teenager, whenever my parents would find my pot, they would let me keep it. But if they ever found alcohol, that was a huge no-no, which I thought was hypocritical of them because they drank every single day, but they didn't smoke pot. But it was okay for me to smoke pot, but I couldn't drink alcohol. I don't know. I thought that was weird.
What a family you had. Jesus Christ, what else could you do? Your parents just let you smoke? Bro. One time, the most trouble I've ever been in, one time my mom found emails that I sent to my girlfriend. And they were like, kind of like, They're probably like they're probably she probably needed to call the horny police a little bit, but it wasn't that bad, bro. If she found weed, I think I would have had to stay at like my grandma's or something, like forever. I don't even know. Yeah, I might have had to like change schools, bro. Some parents are out here just wildin'. You can smoke, but you can't drink. Like fucking 10 years old. Your parents must have been like 18 when you were 16, because that's fucking fried. Want to hit this bowl, Mom? Shit like that happened. And those kids are the coolest. They are. They're so like low key and chill. When your parents just let you like do whatever when you're a kid, those kids never end up being bad. It's the kids that are super like disciplined that end up being like fucks. Like me. That's why I'm crazy. That's why I'm like, Because my parents wouldn't let me do a goddamn thing when I was a kid. I barely got to go to like Chuck E. Cheese. No wonder I'm insane. Just keep going.
My parents took the concept of school night way too seriously and would never let me do absolutely anything after school. Wouldn't let me hang out with friends at their houses. Couldn't go to dinners with them. Could definitely not spend the night on school nights with friends.
Hell no.
Couldn't go over to anybody's house right after school. Like literally could do nothing. I went to school, went to any kind of sports practice, and then immediately had to go home. No matter the circumstance, no matter if I didn't have homework or anything, I could just go to school and home and practice during the school week.
No doubt, dude. That's like the norm, I think. School nights hit me so hard when I was a kid that I do it now. Dude, if it's Wednesday, I'm like, I'm not doing shit tonight. Are you serious? It's Wednesday. That's when people are wilding out on a Monday. I'm like, guys, can we? It's Monday. Get your shit together. No, we're going out. Even on Sunday nights when there's like a Sunday fun day, I'm like, it's a school night. Maybe you can watch American Idol, but like after that, it's lights out, homeboy. You're going out. You're staying out. Monday? Bro, school nights are a thing. Never was able to do anything on a school night. Sometimes not even Friday. It was like, yeah, you just had school. Relax if it was Friday. People out here getting away with murder. You're telling me people growing up with you were doing things on like a Wednesday night? They'd go to their friend's house? Maybe if they lived in your neighborhood. But bro, you're coming home before it. This, like, when the street lights come on, your ass better be home, dude. I got in so much trouble. I don't think my mom talked to me for like 3 weeks one time. I came home a little too late. The street lights were on. I was like, oh shit, I gotta bounce. Rode my huffy mongoose home. My mom looked at me like I just fucking killed somebody. She was like, she goes, what do you think you're doing? You're coming home late? She goes, you little ragamuffin. But I'll never forget that. Ragamuffin. I was like, oh, I am. Next week's episode, what's the thing your parents always called you that didn't make any sense at all? Ragamuffin. But I did feel kind of like unhinged when she called me that. I was like, I am. I think I need it. Like, after she called me a ragamuffin, I think I tucked my shirt in and washed my face. I was like, I can't be a ragamuffin. Just keep going.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't allowed to get a job working at Taco Bell. The worst ever.
That makes sense. Taco Bell's like R-rated when you're a kid. I don't think I was allowed to eat Taco Bell until I was like 16. It's like looked down upon because it's like open late. Taco Bell's like a little sexy little fast food place for that. Open until 3 a.m. My mom was like, no. And it's like spicy food, you know? Taco Bell's kind of bad. Kids are in the parking lot like doing bad shit. Taco Bell's kind of the trap. If I was getting a job, it would, yeah. And I told my dad I was working at Taco Bell, he'd be like, ugh. What gang are you in? He really would, dude. But if I was like, I'm working at Einstein Bagels, he'd be like, good boy. Taco Bell seems a little edgy, a little too edgy for my fam. So fucking good though. It seems dangerous, you know? It's like a flex in high school. You're like, I'm going to Taco Bell. You're in the car. They're like, what kind of sauce you want? Someone's like, mild. You're like, don't be a bitch. We'll take all fire. Live Moss. But it is like way too hot. Fire sauce way too hot. Every time I'm like mild. Dude, I'm mild with everything. You're boring. Mild, dude. I don't want to suffer. Give me mild. Wait, hot wings? What are you doing to yourself? Snot pouring out of your nose. Like napkins. Just like, oh, dude, my mouth's so fucking hot. Like, no, who's enjoying that? Oh my God. Does anyone have any milk in public? Honey barbecue. Tastes better. Don't look like I have a disease. Doesn't look like I just ate a poisonous caterpillar. I agree with your parents. Taco Bell it's like the Hot Topic of food, you know? My parents wouldn't let me go into Hot Topic. I don't even know if I could look at it. Don't look in there. Don't look in there. You always want to, though. You're like, I heard there's like dildos in the bag. I don't know what those are, though. You go the first time you go into Spencer's Gifts with your friends, you're like, I just saw a sticker with boobs on it. There's beer bongs on the wall. I'm still scared to go in there. I had to go into Spencer's Gifts the other day to get a beer bong so I could bong clam chowder. Dude, I went in there. I was so intimidated. Guy with like 14 chains on and like lip rings was like, what are you looking for? I was like, I'm looking for the exit, sir. Have a good one. Walk into Build-A-Bear. Oh my God, I'm going to have to order it online. I can't go back in there. I need like an accomplice to go with me in a Hot Topic. Or Spencer's. I need an accomplice to go with me to Spencer's Gifts. No doubt. I'm like, I can't see in here. It's tough going in there, man. They like know I'm not one of them. You know, I walk in, they're like, boo, you know. Because I don't look like I belong in Spencer's Gifts. I'm like too preppy. I look like I should be wearing like a varsity leather jacket when I walk in there. Yeah, it's dangerous, dude. So many shirts. Masks. They have like this pig masks and shit in the off season of Halloween. I'm like, yeah, this place needs an exorcism. Is he sick? Can't tell. How would we ever know? Let's keep going.
So something that my parents didn't allow me to do that others kids did. Well, I grew up a Jehovah Witness, so like everything. Fuck that life. Playing outside? Nope. Sleepovers? Nope.
No
boyfriends? Chance. Nope. Does it make for great dark humor? Yup. Fuck.
There's no way that's real. Run that shit back.
Fuck.
Dude, she sticks that landing every time. Yeah, I kind of wasn't allowed to have a girlfriend either, I don't think. You know, dude, growing up with girls in your house, Like a girl would call my house, which was like the biggest news in the household ever. Girl would call my house at like 8 p.m. Is Ben there? My mom would be like, oh my God, who is it? She'd be the biggest bitch on the phone, bro. So no girls would ever call my house because they were scared of my mom. Your mom was like mean. I'd hear that on Monday and be like, oh my God. I'd like have to have a talk with my mom. I'm like, you can't be mean to the girls. Now I'm a dick because you were a dick. You see what I'm saying? She'd be so mean to him, dude. Hello? Because like the caller ID would come up. And she fucking already knew, bro. And then the weird chance that she's like, someone's on the phone for you, Ben. I'd be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I'm like, I'm on the radar, bro. I'm under the gun. Because I pick up the phone. And then I hear two other phones in the house pick up too. Both my sisters. So my phone call is being monitored by the whole household. Just to see if I say something fucked up. So I'm like, hey. This is the craziest circumstance of my life. My mom and both my sisters in on a phone call with a girl from like in like third grade. I'm like, they're like, what are you doing? Just the stupidest fucking questions that girls still ask to this day. What are you doing? I'm like, then I gotta I was probably doing something embarrassing. I couldn't be like, watching Johnny Bravo. Like, I gotta like say something cool. So I'd be like, just like, about to call Aaron from school, you know? And then I hear like somebody, like one of my sisters are on the phone like, no, he fucking wasn't. And I'm like, hey! Just lying my ass off. Even if I cleared the phone call and like had game, like third grade game, like, all right, yeah, whatever, bye, boop, and like hung up on them, I would still get my shit. Dude, my sisters would ride my ass. Why'd you say that, you idiot? I'd be like, oh my God. I would talk about the dumb, like what are people talking about in third grade on the phone? Imagine being smooth. I'm not even smooth now. I was probably talking about what I had for dinner and shit. What are you doing on the phone? I'm like, just ate like peas. What's up? That's why I can't talk to girls, bro. Because all my phone calls were tapped from the ages of 12 to 16. Me answering the phone, 3 other phones. Hello, hello, hello. I'm like, damn. Then somebody gets on the internet too and it like kicks me off the phone. I'm like, no! Let's keep going.
I wasn't allowed to go to the movies, have friends over, go to friends' houses. I wasn't allowed to have a job.
That's the only thing I can have.
But the worst part is, I have a brother who is 17. He has a job, has his own truck that he pays for, hangs out with his friends all the time. His friends come over all the time. Like, he could do whatever he wants. I had to bale hay and plow fields. My brother doesn't even have to do that stuff. Like, what is happening? What makes him so special?
Damn, baby G. That's how it goes when you're the youngest. Except for I was the youngest and I didn't get to do shit either. It kind of loosened up when I got to go to high school. Like my senior year, I was kind of getting away with some shit. Like I can remember having trampoline fights with my friends. Only for like 13 minutes though, because like somebody could have died, but we were doing that shit. But yeah, I remember like if I wanted to do something on the weekend, I'd have to clean the whole house. My back would be giving out, dude. My fingers would be pruny from like cleaning the shower. Everybody's like, are you okay, man? Are you good? I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to go to Best Buy. They're like, oh, did your mom let you? I was like, no. After sweeping the garage floor spotless. Wouldn't let me go. Nope. I distinctly remember that shit. Pulling 3 feet of my sister's hair out of the shower drain. Just to go to Best Buy and play Dreamcast for like 20 minutes. It's the only time I could play video games. Only time, dude. That little Best Buy console that was set up. Dude, I'd spend my life on that shit. Just keep going.
For some reason, my parents would not let me watch South Park. They let me watch like all of these gangster movies where people would get killed in the street, but they would not let me watch South Park.
That's one of those. If I got caught watching South Park, I wouldn't be able to do anything ever. Wouldn't be able to watch TV again probably, because that shit is way too funny. And it's like bad animation. If there's a TV show with bad animation, like the cartoons were ugly, my mom would be like, "Nah, I couldn't watch Rocco's Modern Life. No way, dude. The cartoons are ugly. That dog, it was like red looking. It was weird. Any cartoons that would like shake, kind of. Like obviously Beavis and Butthead was off the table, but like that kind of, and those guys were ugly. My mom would be like, "Nah, they're up to no good. They're shaking and shit." Breathing all weird, they're up to no good. If you could watch Beavis and Butthead when you were a kid, you're a piece of shit now. Whose parents are out here just like, yeah, you can watch that? Weren't they like, I don't even know what that show is about. What was that about? Who had the patience to watch Beavis and Butthead? Obviously because there's fucking Butthead in the title. Nobody's parents are letting them watch that. You have that weird friend that you go to his house and you're allowed to do anything and he's watching Beavis and Butthead and you're like, all right, what's this all about? And you're watching it and you're like, this show sucks. How overrated was Beavis and Butthead? I was like, what are they doing? Having sex on this show or what's going on? Let's fucking figure it out. Like, what's the big deal? What's the big secret I'm missing out on? Then you watch it and you're like, these guys are lame. What'd they do? Burp? That's why I'm not allowed to watch this? And I'm always like, get to the point. I don't know which one's which, but I'm like, you guys are taking forever to just fucking figure this shit out. They're all like, bro, that show's bad. I bet it was funny though, looking back on it. But like, God, those guys were so fucking gross. My aunt wouldn't let us watch the Rugrats. Because Angelica was such a bitch. Facts. She kind of was, though. Like, she was so bossy and shit. I was like, God, Angelica's a fucking idiot. Oh, my God. But the way she would just put down those cookies. You can't tell me you didn't want cookies after watching Rugrats, dude. Angelica would be popping those. Then yelling at somebody, I'd be like, God, am I in love with her? That's probably why I couldn't watch it. Everybody in the world knew I'd fall in love with that bitch. People out here not leaving voice messages driving me insane. Here we go. Things your parents wouldn't let you do for no reason.
Man, Johnson, this question, man. Story of my life.
Thank you.
But, yeah, the one thing that my parents despised me doing that other kids got to do when I was a kid was play Call of Duty. It was so dumb. Like, I wasn't allowed to play at all.
No way.
And it's still relevant today because, like, my parents despise Call of Duty. But I play it anyway. It's just hilarious. But yeah, Call of Duty.
Dude, I'd try to get dude, my parents wouldn't even let me play video games. Nothing. Bro, one time I was playing a video game on the computer. That's how I got around. That was my loophole to playing video games. I was like, okay, we have a computer. I'll play computer games. Maybe they think it's like more intelligent or something. You're just sitting there playing video games? Dude, go outside. Low-key, they're probably right. Because I didn't play video games my whole life. And the minute I saw I had access to a PlayStation, bro. My friend had it in the neighborhood. The minute I had dude, I went to his house every day. I'd go to sleep thinking about PlayStation. Oh, that shit was so hard. You mean you just... Like his parents didn't even set like times either, you know? Like you finally, you get to do something fun. Your mom's like, you can do it for an hour and that's it. Bro, my friend could just play video games the whole day. I was like, what the fuck kind of fantasy fairy tale are you living in, dog? I'd go to his house. I don't think my parents knew he had a PlayStation, bro. I'd go to his house for 5 hours. And I'd call my dad and be like, can I stay over here? He'd be like, yeah, you can stay for 3 more hours. I'd be like, addicted. The minute my dad, dude, I hooked a controller up to our computer and I would sneak it, dude. I would play like Madden 2002 or some shit on the computer and I had a controller, so it was kind of like PlayStation. My dad looked at me, he goes, just walked downstairs, shook his head and walked downstairs. I was like, oh my God. He thinks I'm a ragamuffin. Wild, bro. And then when I got a little older, I could obviously like play video games and shit. But like still, like if I was playing like a shooting game. You playing those shooter games? Good God. Get a job. Drove my dad insane one summer, bro. Because I was just playing video games all summer. I was like in college, home in the summer for college. I would just literally just yell church song because I had nowhere else to go. Like I didn't have an apartment in college. My mom didn't live here, so I just go to my dad, like home for the summer at my dad's, and I would just play video games. I'd like work out during the day and shit, and play video games, and just scream church songs at the top of my lungs because I was bored. I say yes, my Lord, digo sí, my Lord, digo sí, Señor. En tiempos malos, en tiempos PlayStation, no sí, como la vacancy, Señor. And I've been playing college football 2005 for the past 7 hours. My dad got so pissed, bro. He literally made me get a job. And that's when I started painting houses. Of course, that's the job I get in the summer. I'm like, I don't want to do anything real, so I'm just going to paint houses. Should have died 15 times. College pro painters. Was the hardest job I've ever had in my life, but goddamn. Wore out my welcome, dude. My dad's always like, you should stay with me. I'm like, you don't want that. You don't want that smoke, bro. I'll sing On Eagle's Wings and just play with Penn State all day. Running shit online and eating. Dude, I remember I was just eating big ass cookies. Big ass cookies in that Nestle Toll House box. They're pre-made. I would just smash big ass cookies and play NCAA football every single day and just scream church songs because I was so bored. Every summer. Let's keep going.
Okay, so this is very random, but growing up, I wasn't able to air dry my hair. I always had to dry it with the hair dryer. And I didn't realize until high school that if I air dry my hair, I actually have curly hair. So yay for Romanians being afraid of the draft and always having to be dry.
That is so wild. Couldn't air dry your hair? You guys hear me burp? Talk about air. Could I not do some shit? I wonder. Oh, you know what my parents wouldn't let me do? Oh, shit. This is a hair thing for me. You know how bad I wanted blonde tips? Me. You know how bad I wanted blonde? That was eating my soul. When blonde hair was like hot, dog. Just wanted it once, man. You're growing up, dude. NSYNC, they all have it. Backstreet Boys, they look fucking amazing. Reese on Malcolm in the Middle, the blonde. Oh, your friend, your stupid ass friend has them. You're like, damn, that looks good. Man, I wanted blonde tips so bad. My mom was like, are you serious? Oh. It just looked like a leopard, dude. I still want them. I swear to God, I still want them. Just looking like a leopard all the time. Doing that little purr. Me just. Oh, he's pretending to be a leopard again because he has blonde tips. Still want them. Swear to God, I still want them. Right now, I'd have them. How about the people that would just get the whole thing blonde up here? Remember that? Remember those dudes? They went a little overboard. They did. Just straight up. Just the whole top. Straight blonde. It looked bad, but low key, you were like, wow, you really did that. That's amazing to do that in like when you're 11. Just bleaching your hair, bro. What's next? You gonna get gauges? Last one. Last one. You're kissing on me.
So the thing that my friends do, I couldn't do, call their parents by their first name. I don't know what the hell world people are growing up in, but yeah, my friends would all be like, hey, what's up, Kevin? Hey, Janice. Hey, Lori, can you make me a sandwich? You know what happened if I did that to my parents? They crack me upside the head, throw a can of freaking SpaghettiOs at me, and kick me out of the house for the day, if not the week. I don't know what kids are so entitled about calling their parents by their first names, but it's like, settle down there, Joey. You're 8 years old, you know? I don't get it. But, fuck.
That dude, that dude, what did that sound like? Fuck. It sounded like he spun one of those spin wheels that the magazine sale guy brings in your school, and it's like, and it stops on something super lame. You're like, fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Kids that called their parents by their first names. Piece of shit alert. That amazed me. Even to this day. When my friends want me to call their parents by their, or when parents want me to call them by their actual name. I'm 32. I'm like, dude, you're Mr. Molinaro. I'm not calling you Joe. It's so weird. Your friend would be like, yeah. Peggy said we could go over there before the game. I'd be like, who the fuck is Peggy? Sam's mom. I'd be like, Mrs. Patterson, you mean? Peggy? Are you her fucking coworker? You're 10. It's Mrs. Patterson. That's so weird to me. Bro, you're 10 and you're calling adults by their real names. I don't ever want to know any adult's real name. They're just Mrs. last name. Mr. last name. And then when you figure it out, you're like, his name's fucking Steve? His dad's name's Steve? How the fuck did you figure that out? Did you look in the school directory one night? Everybody had a school directory and you're like, oh, that's her number. Remember that shit? Looking up girls' numbers in the school directory. You'd like judge them by their phone number. You'd be like, ew. 8293114. And you'd be like, oh, never calling her. Girl you like, look up her number. You're like, oh, that is a sexy number. Those are like all the numbers I like. Yeah, those are like all the numbers I like. I swear to God. 869-8661. You're like, ooh, 666 sexy. I'm an idiot, dude. You know what I mean, though? You know what I mean. You do. Calling parents by their first names. Christine. Who am I to call your house? Hey, Mrs. Patterson. You can just call me Peggy. What if I was just like, hey, Pegster, get your son on the phone. Cut the chit chat. We got shit to talk about. Like, what? No problem. Yeah, right, dude. She would have hung up and then called my mom's cell phone. You always knew the names of your best friend's parents, so just by some weird shit. You'd be like, her name's Anita? Since when? Is that a nickname or is that a real name? Because she does not look like an Anita. That's for sure. All right, y'all. That's it. Our parents were fucked up, man. Actually, I don't know if they were or not. It sounds kind of normal. I think everybody's parents were drill sergeants. Ted Hut! All right, I'll talk to you guys next week. Get your tickets for the shows. Ontario, Kansas City, Albany, Tampa. More to come. All right, I'll talk to you guys next week. See you next time. Bye, fam.